Brad here with the Tombstone Riders. There are bucket list rides and then there are bucket list rides. This one, well, it's the ride of a lifetime. Maui is an island of breathtaking landscapes, winding roads, and the unmistakable spirit of aloha, and I wasn't riding this alone. This adventure was shared with my son-in-law Logan and his friend Matt. 3 riders, 1 island, and an unforgettable journey. With keys in hand and the unmistakable rumble of a Harley beneath me, the adventure began. There's something about the freedom of the open road, especially when the road leads through one of the most beautiful places on earth. Imagine yourself riding a motorcycle through the landscapes of Hawaii, where every turn reveals a new marvel. The gentle Hawaiian breeze touches your face, carrying the sweet fragrance of tropical flowers and the salty aroma of the nearby ocean. The road takes you through small towns where smiles are generous and the culture is vibrant. Here, the pace of life slows, and you're reminded to savor each moment. This journey is more than just a ride. It's a sensory feast, a vivid tapestry of sight, sounds, and scents that capture the essence of Hawaii. It's an experience that stays with you, a cherished memory of freedom and beauty perfectly encapsulated in a Hawaiian motorcycle adventure. Our first destination, Haleakalā National Park. The road to Haleakalā is nothing short of legendary. Twisting turns, crisp mountain air, and vistas that make you stop in your tracks. While our ride started at sea level, we quickly ascended to 10,000 feet. Climb and elevation accomplished faster than any other road in the world. The panoramic views of Maui and beyond as we rode up the mountain are hard to explain. Riding up, you feel the temperature shift as the landscape changes. It's a road that tests your riding skills with many hairpin curves, long sweeping switchbacks, and many areas lacking guardrails. The first stretch of our ride was a great warm-up as we cruised through the flat valley and farmland. The elevation started to climb gently as we passed by the town of Pukalani. The terrain here becomes a mixture of trees and open grassland. After passing through the town of Kula, the real technical riding and incline begin. Looking out over the vastness of the island, it's easy to see why ancient Hawaiians considered Haleakalā sacred. It's not just a volcano, it's a place of mana, power and spiritual energy, and at this moment, we were part of it. Haleakalā translates from Hawaiian to House of the Sun. and the early settlers believed that the demigod Maui captured the sun here. Maui wanted the days lengthened, and the sun agreed to slow down. Haleakalā National Park consists of 33,265 acres, of which 19,270 acres are designated as wilderness. Haleakalā National Park was designated a national park in 1961 and protects one of the state's 6 active volcanoes. The last time the volcano here erupted was around 600 years ago. Have you heard of Hawaii's famous legend of Pele's Curse? Well, Pele's Curse may be the most notorious of all of Hawaiian legends. Madame Pele is the famed goddess of volcanoes and fire, and she guards her children, the lava rock. If anyone is foolish enough to take a volcanic rock off the island, they will suffer irreparably bad luck until it's returned to its mother. Now, some dismiss the myth and say the legend was started by a disgruntled park ranger who was tired of tourists taking rock souvenirs on his watch. Yet every year, hundreds of rocks, sand jars, and shells are mailed back to hotels and tourism offices on the island, often accompanied by notes sharing stories of death, bankruptcy, and heartbreak. So let this be a warning when you're visiting Haleakalā. Rocks and shells are not your keepsakes, but rather Pele's cherished babies, and you don't want to mess with this overprotective mama. Next, we headed up to Pialani Highway, a road less traveled. Pialani Highway runs for 38 miles along the southern flank of Haleakalā. The south of the island is probably the least visited part of the island, yet it is one of the most beautiful. It's a remote 1.5 lane, mostly paved country road hugging the coastline. Its notoriety comes from a 6-mile section past Kipahulu. These 6 miles are down to 1 lane along a cliff with blind curves. Signs warn you to honk before taking the turn because you can't see if anyone's coming from the opposite direction. And there's no room for cars to pass each other. Portions of this road are unpaved and have large potholes, making safe travel extremely slow. We only took the road until the pavement ran out, and we turned around. Unlike more tourist-heavy routes, this side of the island feels untouched and wild. There are few homes, fewer people, and roads carved through a landscape that words struggle to describe. It's just you, the machine, and the scenery that make you feel alive. This is where riding a motorcycle in Maui truly feels like an escape. No traffic, no distractions, just the wind, the road, and the dramatic coastline. Offering unobstructed views of the Pacific Ocean's bright blue waters as far as you could see. We didn't want this road to end. It was so much fun. After making the Pialani ride, we doubled back to Ulupalakua Ranch store for lunch. We make a point to visit here whenever we're in Maui. This place is a gem with delicious locally sourced meals. The menu is exciting. How often do you get to choose between venison, lamb, elk, and beef for your burger? Well, I went with the elk burger, and let me tell you, it was delicious. It was perfectly cooked, juicy, and packed with flavor, and you could tell they take pride in their food, using local ingredients and handmade preparations that make all the difference. The atmosphere is exactly what you'd want on a scenic motorcycle ride. Laid back, friendly, and full of rustic charm. From the rugged back roads of Maui, we made our way to upcountry Makawao. Makawao means eye of the forest in Hawaiian. Makawao is the biggest little town in the region. And it's locally known as Upcountry Maui, a place where Paniolo, Hawaiian cowboys still ride and the spirit of old Hawaii lingers in the air. Here, time slows down in the charm of this historic town. Located on the mid-slopes of Maui's Haleakalā volcano, Makawao has one foot in the Plantation Pass and another in its thriving arts community. Riding through here on a motorcycle is something special. Our last stop is Paia, a surfer's paradise with a laid-back hippie vibe. The perfect place to park the bikes and grab a well-earned gelato. The North Shore breeze, the sense of the ocean, and the satisfaction of a day well spent. Paia is the first town on the Hana Highway heading east towards Hana. traffic going eastbound towards Hana is always heavy. Which is why we decided to go the opposite direction to the less traveled side of the island. A little over 100 years ago, Paia was a sugar plantation town. Today, Paia is known as the world capital of windsurfing for being close to many internationally known windsurfing spots, including Ho'ikapa and Sprecklesville. Paia is an interesting town that has reinvented itself several times in its history, and we love the Maui hippie style of Paia. Paia continues to be one of Maui's premier destinations. Maui, a paradise of winding roads, volcanic landscapes, and ocean-kissed highways. But beyond the breathtaking scenery lies a deep-rooted history of motorcycle culture that has evolved alongside the island itself. Motorcycles first arrived in Hawaii in the early 1900s, brought in by the military and plantation workers. By the 1930s and 40s, as sugarcane and pineapple plantations flourished, so did the use of motorcycles, both as practical transportation and for the sheer thrill of the ride. During World War II, the U.S. military stationed on Hawaiian Islands relied on motorcycles for patrols and transport. The presence of Harley-Davidson and Indian motorcycles grew, leaving a lasting impact on the local riding scenery. After the war, returning veterans and locals embraced motorcycles not just as a means of transportation, but as a way of life. The winding roads of Haleakalā and rugged beauty of Maui's coastline made for the perfect riding experience. By the 1960s and 70s, motorcycle clubs began forming across the island, each with their own unique culture. Riders found freedom on the long, open roads, whether it was the iconic road to Hana, the slopes of the volcano, or hidden gems of upcountry. Today, the motorcycle culture in Maui is alive and well. Riders from all over the world visit to experience the island's unmatched beauty on two wheels. Local motorcycle clubs, charity rides, and events like the annual poker runs bring the community together, celebrating the spirit of adventure and the motorcycles that they embody. The story of motorcycle riding in Maui is one of freedom, resilience, and passion. It's a legacy that continues to grow, and with every rider who takes the breathtaking roads. And now, we're part of it. Motorcycle riding on Maui isn't just about the roads, it's about the journey. It's the freedom, the connection, and the unforgettable thrill of experiencing paradise from the saddle of a Harley. I want to thank Logan and Matt for being part of this ride. Exploring the beauty of Maui with you both made this journey unforgettable. Logan is Ohana, and now Matt, you are too. Riding motorcycles on Maui isn't about the roads, it's about the experience. The rhythm of the waves, the whisper of the trade winds, and the pulse of the island beneath your wheels. It's freedom, connection, and the kind of ride that etches itself into your soul. Some rides check off a box on a bucket list. Others, well, they become part of you, and this was one of those. Mahalo, Maui. Until the next ride.